Now as Ryan, Trenton, and Sean grab your attention towards the world of sports, food, and entertainment, and away from the things that are probably more important. We apologize for nothing and anything that may be spoken, learned, or forgotten today. This is the Real Tree Shaker Show.
To the Real Tree Shaker Show. I am Ryan. I know I did. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm back.
That's right. It was the Longhorns.
I had to wash the shirt, so trying not to keep
it
it alive.
Come on, it's
Batting
just
a
like your
thousand
underwear.
over here. Batting a
It's just
thousand.
like your underwear. Flip it inside out. So.
I know, right? I should have.
What? What did I miss? For 2 seconds.
There's a lot. I don't know. Never
shirt.
have I ever. But
Yeah.
Oh, the MTV shirt. Yeah, you're not rocking it. Yeah, all right.
Let's not deter the people just yet, but we're gonna don't give it away. Don't give it away.
I gave nothing away.
That's true. That's true. But we will be getting you ready for week 1 of the NFL. Not this episode, but our next episode. We have a new special feature that we can't wait to bring to you. But guys, we're also going to bring in another top 5. Our top 5 tailgate / game day foods.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yum.
And so there's another
Wait
streak.
for that.
That's another streak we have going. So.
Yes.
Yeah. And before we get started, a shout out to all you white noise podcasters out there. We at the RTS show salute you with that one commonly used finger. Anyway.
Yes, exactly. What's up with that? Come on, I'm going to put noise on a podcast and get 100 people to listen to my podcast and make some money. Sucks.
Yeah, but just like our whole life story, we're just not meant to. We're just not meant to. So we're just going to talk some sports and food.
Sure.
And, hopefully have some laughs. I don't know if we can.
We're going to keep it real.
That's right. That's right. Because we don't do that crap here. So,
Exactly.
But, anyways, guys.
Well, I'm really confused on what you're talking about, so we'll start. so we'll just.
I don't think anybody knows.
Okay,
So,
all right.
Why don't we just roll into, guys, how awesome was it to just sit down on the couch on Saturday and have a full slate of games? Even though we didn't have, the big matchups until
It was amazing.
Last night.
Amazing.
Amazing.
As far as the sitting on the couch part, well, I didn't get to experience that. I was out in the heat for a good 8 hours. So to walk inside to the AC and glance at the games, that was fun. So yes, it was nice to see college football on.
For sure.
I hope your couches got a nice usage though.
Absolutely.
Yeah. As well they should.
Definitely.
I put some police tape around that spot on my couch just so no one would sit there. So, all right. Well,
Got to.
Little booby trap and everything.
With the game last night, Clemson Duke, what'd you guys think?
Duke brought it, man. I mean, Duke brought it.
No doubt they did. I think they
slapped them in the mouth.
Yep. I think they're vastly improved. I think that was that was kind of like the talk going into the game, into the season, more or less. And I mean, Clemson's going to be a good squad. They're going to be up there. I just don't think they're necessarily like it's not one of those things where you see, oh, it's Clemson. Oh, we're worried about beating them. I just don't think they fear that anymore. So they went in there and they took care of business. Plus, those turnovers for Clemson, that was huge. I mean, 2 of them down there on the one-ish or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that definitely changed the game.
3 total turnovers. Yeah.
Definitely changed it right there. But Duke went in there, and I mean, they said not in our house. So hats off to them.
First time beating them since 2014, I think it was.
Something like that.
Yeah, 2013 or 2014. It's crazy.
I don't know. I think that kid from Duke, Leonard, he's got a chance to play on some Sundays.
Right.
I think.
He looked solid.
Yeah, I mean, Duke won 9 games last year, so I mean, they're on the up and up.
Yeah.
Not like they'll catch up to the basketball, but
True. I think it could be a sign of I think Clemson could be kind of falling off a little bit. I don't know. I feel like, maybe they they haven't been in the top like 3 or 4 recruiting class in the past like they have, and I think it could be a sign of them maybe going through a little struggle.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's tough to read things on the first game of the season and stuff, but
Sure.
For what I witnessed and saw, I mean, Duke was the better team. There's no doubt in that.
True.
Yeah. Clemson just looked clunky. Like they just no rhythm.
No rhythm.
Like you said, you guys said, there's just maybe not the top elite. I guess they all went to Colorado. I mean, can
Right.
you believe the Buffaloes?
Speaking of that segue,
Yes. So with
Yes.
Dion,
I guess Buffalo's do fly.
prime time.
already matched last year's win total.
I mean, they went in there and did a darn thing. You know what I mean?
I mean, what if you bet on Colorado? Vegas had them at 3.5 wins. So, I mean, even if they just go 8-4, that's a pretty good season.
That's an improvement.
Right there. Yeah, because they 76 new players on the team or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's just led to FBS and total transfers coming in. So, Dion's got that program on the up and up. And his son.
His kid looked good too. 500 yards. I mean,
9 incompletions.
He looked good.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty accurate game, man. I mean, also, they also gave up 40-something points, so they're going to have to work on that defense a little bit.
Sure.
But, I mean, going to TCU, it was really impressive. I actually felt like they were going to go in there and at least cover the points. I can't say I thought they were going to win, but I'm not surprised. Not at all.
Yeah, they were 3 touchdown underdogs.
Yeah,
20, 21 points, something like that. So
yeah.
Again, I'm
great.
not surprised they won the game. I didn't when I woke up that morning, I wasn't thinking, oh, Dion's going in there and pulling the upset, but I liked his chances, and so
right.
Definitely went in there and did it. It was a good game.
TCU, yeah, and TCU was coming off a shellacking in the championship games.
Yeah,
they did lose 63-7. So I mean, their last 2 games have not been good.
No, and a lot of their, I mean, call them seniors, but a lot of those major pieces went to the NFL. So.
Yeah, they lost some guys. So,
but I expect them to bounce back too. They've always carried some talent around there, and I mean, again, first game of the season.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, that was just one of those games. Whoever had the ball last was just going to win. Yeah,
it was fun. It was great. It was great to peek at whenever I could. But even watching the highlights and stuff, it was great.
It was just that was the best game of the weekend, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was good.
Easily.
It was a nice back and forth game.
Vegas, before when the season started, Vegas had Colorado, who plays Nebraska next.
Yeah.
Had them as a 7.5 point favorite, but now it's switched. +3 -3 for Colorado.
There you go.
They had Nebraska at -7.5.
Yeah.
And when the season started, yep. Yeah. So that's a 10.5 point swing.
Well, I think Colorado's going to cover 3 this weekend, no doubt at all.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm going through the box score again. 4 guys with 100 yards receiving.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that kid Hunter, unbelievable.
Yeah. They're talking a lot about him. So.
Yep. And then the kid, whatchamacallit, Edwards, I think it was, who played both ways.
Yeah, both ways. Yeah. They were talking to him at the end of the game.
Plays.
Yeah. And he didn't even look tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, man, dude, just looked like I'll play another game.
Well, he's got a D on his jersey. I don't know if you saw, but instead of captain and assistant, he's got L and D for leaders and dogs.
There you go.
And
leaders and dogs.
Leaders and dogs. But anybody ever had a buffalo dog?
I've had a buffalo burger.
Buffalo wings.
Buffalo dog, like tossed in what sauce?
Buffalo.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Okay.
and speaking of great games, I thought Florida State and LSU was supposed to be a great game.
The first half was good. But,
yeah.
I mean, the 2 goal line stands I mean, that changed the whole thing.
I seem to remember being the only one that picked Florida State in the college football playoff, if I remember correctly. So
yeah, it seemed you had spilled coffee on those notes. I have them written somewhere, but it's just dripping wet.
I mean, I've slept since then, so that's definitely not something I'm going to recall at all.
But I did have Michigan over Florida State in the championship game. But Florida State's got a damn good team. I'm telling you, really good team.
They really do.
So
they've come a long ways over the last couple of years. They were a hot mess down there, a dumpster fire more or less. But they've turned it around and they look good. And I mean, LSU was definitely one of those teams that was picked to kind of go and probably make the playoff, if not be in the national championship game. So that was a big statement win there. So. And once again, I mean, I say that, but again, first game of the season, but they looked really, really good against a really talented team. So, hats off to them for sure.
Yep, and no preseason needed. So, but I mean, if you look around all college football, guys, this weekend, I think there's 6-7 guys that are going to be, or quarterbacks are going to be taken in the first 2 rounds next year.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a quarterback-heavy draft for sure.
And I mean, and the kid in Williams, who's going to go number 1, he probably had the most effective game.
Yeah, he was like,
he did win the Heisman last year. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I saw him do the Heisman commercial, and I was like,
he's everywhere now.
I don't remember him winning.
Yeah, it was kind of a. I mean, I don't really remember it much either. I did remember a little bit, but I was like, I feel like I don't remember a lot of the Heisman results from last season.
I don't either. Because I know Corum was up there until he got hurt, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. He was in the top 3 for most of the year.
Most of the year, yeah.
He missed the last couple games, so.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking, I was like, well, if he didn't win the Heisman, they're already putting him in that commercial. I was like, that's not good. But
yeah,
clearly he did. But yeah, he's in everything. I mean, I've seen him in that Wendy's commercial.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's
making that money.
Oh, Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper one, right? Maybe a T-Mobile or something.
Cream.
I don't know.
Maybe he takes Baker's progressive commercials.
Right. Hey, come on. Baker's going to lead the Bucks. Come on. Believe in Baker.
We'll see. Although according to the Madden simulations, the Bucks are in the Super Bowl, so I don't know how. I'm dead serious.
That's why it's a video game.
It's the Chiefs against the Bucks. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And Dak wins MVP
from 2020 or what?
I guess so.
Were they subbing Brady?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
that's crazy.
I mean, who do they beat to get there? Then, do you know?
I mean, do they run at least 2 simulations? Not the first one. So,
not too sure.
Wow.
That's
insane. I'm just like, wow. Blown away by that.
I think if he, again, like I said, if he has learned anything from his previous play, he's got the weapons around him and cuts down the mistakes, and they move the ball. Yeah, I can see him winning the division, or at least competing for it. So,
and just be quiet. Just play ball.
Just be quiet. Just shut up and play ball.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. And although Ryan will keep us updated with the Bucks press conferences throughout the season.
Of course, all the time.
Yeah.
Because you might actually be the only person there, Adam. So.
Hey, Baker did move into that stadium, and he's living in the pirate ship. So, he is.
So when the cannon goes off, what does that mean?
That's his alarm.
Yeah,
Well, his wife is pretty hot, so shout out to you, Baker, if you hear me. Come on.
Yep. Yes, I just gotta push a button. All right, guys. All right, so I don't know if we can ever top top 5 that we did in our ice cream flavors, but let's give these people something to think about again for their stomach as we get our top 5 tailgate / game day foods Mr. T,
Yeah.
fire away.
Oh. Well, I didn't write anything down, so. So.
First five things that pop into your head.
Yeah.
Right,
Well, I mean, I'm just going to think of a Sunday of things that I would enjoy, I guess a time where you can hang out with the boys and friends and enjoy. So, I'd say let's see, number 5. I think you have to have some jalapeno poppers, bacon wrapped jalapenos. I think people are a little nervous about the spice and all that stuff, and which I get. I mean, every once in a while you find a hot one in there, but it's all about the seeds and that little membrane. So once you get rid of that, trust me, easy sailing after that for all you people out there that don't like spicy food. I say number 4. I think you have to have a queso. I think you have to have a queso. I know it's kind of a southern thing or a southern Texas kind of or New Mexico kind of thing, but I'm gonna say bratwurst. I think a good old bratwurst, maybe even bratwurst / sausage, but like once again, simple food that you can grill up and kind of knock out of the park in a certain sense. Whether I kind of like to take a little barbecue sauce and do a little like drizzle on the over, say, just like a regular sausage kind of thing. As far as beer brats, you leave those suckers alone. Grill them up, get them nice and brown. A little spicy mustard. Call it a day. Some cheese too. Always gotta have the cheese. Add the queso.
Yes, there you go. Combine them.
Right. Get that spicy broth.
Let's say number 2. I'm gonna go buffalo wings, chicken wings. How you wanna go about it? I think it's just a classic. It's probably one of the first things everybody thinks of. So no matter which flavor you want to have them tossed in or anything, I do really enjoy me a smoked wing though. Like if you get those things done correctly, you get some nice like texture and taste to them.
Right.
And very, very, very tasty. If done correctly.
Yes.
If done correctly.
Yes.
I think number 1. It's always hard. I think I'm gonna go with just a regular old burger. Like I don't. Just something about burgers, football. Again, it's just as simple. It's everybody wants to make a huge show out of some of these things. For myself, if you're going to spend all that time out there grilling and messing with it all, then you're going to miss all the action. So
yeah,
I
wanted something quick,
something quick, easy, but also can be creative with it. And I say burger, I don't mean necessarily just buy a pre-made patty and throw it on there. Like make it juicy Lucy if you can, or mix it up with some jalapeno and cheese mixed out through it, or just something kind of creative with it. But again, doesn't take a day and a half to kind of cook. So
just add queso.
That's right. Go get the queso again. You're covered.
Queso burger.
But yeah, those are gonna be my top 5. Again, I try to keep it simple on those kinds of days, and usually make a feast. When me and my boys get together and we're doing something like that, you think we're feeding 20. So.
I know. I love the pictures you post of the feasts y'all have.
Yeah. Yeah, those boneless ribs we do sometimes, man. Those things are fantastic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
those look really good.
Usually keep that for like the when the weather starts getting not as cooperative. So those nice days, it's like, oh man, get out there and get that fire smell going on, and not a good idea right now.
Right.
It's half desert and half dirt out there with a little bit of grass. So whole bunch of fire starter stuff out there. So.
Yeah, you don't even have to worry about your leaves changing colors. They'll just wither and die and disintegrate before they hit the ground.
If you look out my window, it looks like fall out there. I mean, brown leaves all over the ground and stuff. Oh yeah, but yes,
that's because it's dead.
Yeah, it's dead
from the heat.
Yeah.
That's all right. The mowing the dust guys will be here in the morning, so I'm sure they can come through and stir all that up. So.
There
Fertilize.
Keep the dust flowing.
You ever heard of water? You need that too.
Yeah.
True.
Like our sprinklers don't even run. So, thank you, appreciate that. So yeah,
Good one.
That's a lovely
I'm sure I left some stuff out of there, even though some honorable mentions, but
It's all about, like you said, the
Good
quick
list.
foods. You know.
Yeah.
It's like honestly, it's like that's what I love about the fall. It's crock pot season. Like throw something in there. It can either take all day or else it can take just a little bit, and you're good. And easy cleanup.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Because again, if
Exactly.
you're going to do all that stuff and prep and do all these things and try to make it's like, well, you're going to miss all the action. If it's a boring game or you're not, it's kind of one like, it's like, all right, I don't mind doing that, but like, now come a certain period, I want to sit there and have my time to kind of like focus as much as I can.
No.
All right.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Let's go, man.
Well, I got to so a few honorable mentions. I'll say chips and dip, kind of like T mentioned. I mean, just chips. I could dip it in salsa, queso, guac. I mean, just you name it, I'll dip it. It's just as good as that sounds. But anyway,
What was that old show on MTV? What you got there? Mayonnaise. I want to dip my balls in it, you know?
Yeah.
The steak.
Yeah. Interesting.
No, yeah, it's like I don't remember that show at all.
What?
Right.
It was a dream. I don't know.
Another thing I put on there was pigs in a blanket. I don't know why. I really like pigs in a blanket. It's a good little appetizer. Throw on there, dip it. I mean, again, all the sauces, for it, and man, just a great little snack.
Also,
I have brats.
Great brunch like little item too. When you're the in between time there, like you're up at 10, but you're like, I could get hungry here instead of now. You pigs in the blanket for a couple hours, no doubt in that.
Yeah,
good call
for sure. I said burgers and brats, like you mentioned. Couple favorites, can't go wrong there. And then kind of on to my list. Number 5, I have meatball sliders. So this little recipe I have where you use the King's Hawaiian rolls and make sliders out of them with meatballs in them. It's like super easy. It takes like 20 minutes. It's so easy and like they come out great, but makes a nice little sandwich, and I'll be honest, I've made a pan of like 12 of them and probably eaten 10. So just sitting there watching the game.
Come get y'all's now.
Yeah, it's really good, man. It's really good. But
if you got through 10, why not go for the whole thing?
I might as well, right? I should have. I know. And then, like you said, the bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers. I mean, just classic. Can never go wrong with it.
I'll eat those things like candy. I do not care.
Yeah.
Do not care.
So see, I've had them before where I went to a restaurant a couple weeks ago and got them, and they actually use the whole pepper. They just put a little hole in the bottom of it, and they don't take the seeds out or anything, and they pipe in the cream cheese through there and then wrap it in bacon. It was the first time I'd ever seen like the whole pepper rather than it cut in half, like most people do. Mm-hmm. Cut in half and then stuff it with cream cheese and then wrap it. Well, they did the whole pepper. So these things were monster.
I'll do the whole pepper, but I cut the top off and then, take the butt end of a spoon and clear out all the seeds. And then I wrap the bacon around the open hole.
Sure. So. Yeah, see, I've done it both ways. Like, but they had like, give me a wing with a bone in it, like I want a crispy buffalo wing with some nice buffalo sauce, or, I'll even mess with the hotter stuff, man, like the Asian zing or any of those flavors. I'll just make my own with some hot sauce and I've mixed hot sauce, ranch, sriracha, all that together before and made my own sauce. So, but love me some wings. Number 2, I have tacos. Kind of a different thing, but I love like tacos. You can put any food in them. If I have some pulled pork taco. If I have some ground beef, there's a ground beef taco. If I have leftover bratwurst, a bratwurst taco, whatever. You can just make you can make a taco. Yeah, queso taco. Hell, throw some queso on it, right? I mean, shit, dude, you can do it all with it. But tacos are just great. And then my number one is nachos. I spoke about this before. I just love nachos. I'll make the trash can ones where I put it on a cookie sheet. Just throw a bunch of chips on there, a ton of cheese, ton of meat. Throw that in the oven, get it nice and crispy, and then just pull the whole thing out, share it with everyone. It's amazing. So can never go wrong with chips and cheese.
It's amazing. Isn't it amazing?
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
But it is very amazing.
No doubt in that.
So, Sean, how about you? What you got for game day tailgate?
Well, you guys got most of them covered already, but I do like the pigs in a blanket. So homemade guacamole. I do like, if I have some time, brisket with some potatoes and the fixins. But that's just all day,
Right.
So that's something I like, a good Sunday night, good matchup where you can start it early. Don't need to rush it. Don't miss any game action.
Right.
Exactly. Pulled pork, or a pork butt or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So at 5, I've got queso. With tortilla chips or tortillas. I love them, just tortillas rolled up, dipped in queso.
Right.
Can't ever go wrong, and then you can just eat a ton of it. At 4, I'll go with buffalo wings or any kind of chicken wing. No chicken nuggets permitted here.
Oh yeah, I'll get down the boneless. It's just one of those things. It's like I said, you eat it like candy. So
yeah, it's no hate on it. I do prefer bone in.
Yeah,
if you like the boneless, hey, cool. Are
you guys ranch or blue cheese?
Neither.
Ranch. Neither.
Neither. There's no both there. There's no BO.
Oh man, dude.
Both.
Nope. Nothing.
Give me some Wingstop ranch, man.
That's the only time I'll partake in blue cheese.
I do use that too every once in a while.
I don't know what it is.
I need no sauce for my wang. Or dipping sauce, I did.
At 3, I got stuffed jalapenos too. You guys have hit all the finer points about it, but I mean, like Trenton said, you can just pop those like candy, man. Just, I don't care if my outer rim of my lips get numb. It's still good. At number 2, I'm always down for a good cheeseburger and some homemade fries, or some chips, depending on. But if I make the fries, they got to be loaded with queso.
There you go.
Yep.
So tell me, do you cut your fries thick or thin? Your homemade fries.
I like them not too thin because they go, they kind of waste quickly, but not too thick to where, you're cooking too much of the outside and not enough of the inside.
Right.
So, but, just like your basic restaurant style. That's a little too thin, so maybe a little bit thicker than that.
Right.
And then at number 1, I got to say some steak tips with grilled onions, jalapenos.
Dang, fancy.
And
No, that sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Too rich for my blood.
Well, I just grabbed the reduced. I grabbed the reduced priced one. So,
You're like, I use a nice filet mignon for it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just something about a good steak, and it's just quick. But I like to have like peanuts and chips, just on the side, just in case my belly's too full to get up for real food. I just have something. So
gotta have the snacks.
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt in that.
You have to have snacks.
Yes.
Gotta have the snacks.
Gotta have. I mean, what kind of game do you watch if you don't have snacks?
I know, right?
That's like going to a movie and not getting any concessions.
I can't wait till this weekend, Sunday, Red Zone. Oh man.
Yeah, me too.
It's gonna be amazing.
So all right, so it's Thursday like Christmas Eve and then Sundays.
Yeah, it's Christmas
Day.
Like for me, I guess Thursday's like the last day of school before you get onto as you go onto break, and then since I have to still work and everything, so like Christmas Eve is like when I get off on Saturday. It's like, so I'm
Right.
like, oh, okay, now I get to watch some college football, like the late games and everything, kick back and relax, and then get a game plan for tomorrow for Sunday, I should say, and kind of,
and then go over your fantasy lineups 25 times.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
said it perfect the first time.
Yeah.
Fill out your DK lineup,
Sure.
and then
Right.
instantly start being mad at it, like, oh, that's just a dumb idea. I shouldn't have done that. Nothing's even started yet, but you're not liking it. So yeah,
Right.
I mean, I love doing that. And what are they? The flash drafts, right?
I forgot all about the flash drafts. So
Yeah.
Can't wait for that stuff.
Yeah, I think my favorite next, of course, fantasy, but my favorite thing to do is the survivor football, where you pick one team a week, and if they win, you move on, but you can't pick them for the rest of the year. But that's why, I mean, week one, I think like 60% of people get eliminated just because there's that weird,
weird upset.
Yeah, don't let me down, commies. That were my week one pick. Okay?
Don't look at me for that, man. Don't look at me for that.
Yeah.
Just
but I do have time to change it.
Just whenever they decide to give them any kind of like, oh, they're going to go in there and win this game, they're going to go out there and show you exactly why they've been a letdown.
Yes. Bold prediction, Mr. Zeiss.
So,
yeah.
I mean,
well, like I said,
yes, I think they should go in there and handle the Cardinals that are not going to try this year. So,
okay. Right. If you guys can't beat the Cardinals, I mean, come
exactly.
on.
If we lose to them, then it's again, my expectations are about as tall as the bottom of my water bottle down there. So, shouldn't much.
That's funny. All right, guys.
Ooh.
Excellent. Another killer top five. Now that football season's going, I don't know what we're going to do next, but, we'll think of something. But,
sure.
All right, so we're going to go to a new little segment. You guys have no idea what's about to happen. But we're going to call this See or No. So I'm just going to ask you guys a random question.
Huh?
And obviously, See or No is your answer.
Okay.
Okay. Donde el baño.
Got it.
Okay, so...
All right.
All right.
Okay.
All right, well, let's just go first. All right, T.
See.
Are the Lions for real this year?
See.
Por qué?
Or no. I like the offseason moves they made. Bringing in some people to kind of shore up the defense. I think Jahmyr Gibbs is quite the weapon, and you have Montgomery still back there to share the backfield with. Goff has experience. He looked pretty good for the most part last year. I mean, I do think they're for real. And then when you say for real, we're talking about making it the playoffs kind of thing?
Yeah, like winning the division.
Winning the division? Yes.
Make a run in the NFC.
Yes,
I mean, other than San Francisco and Philly.
I truly believe they are for real. I do, honestly. Yeah.
All right, right on. Okay, Ryan.
Yes.
Will KC or Philly start slow this year?
No. No. Same talent still there. Probably got even better. I mean, KC, you can argue, they don't have Chris Jones. I get it. They still have Mahomes and Andy Reid, a coach, and a future Hall of Fame quarterback is all you need to keep it going. I agree their division has toughened up a little bit, but slow, I mean, still on their way to 12, 13 victories. Eagles, same way. I mean, they got better. I get it. Division's tough. Schedule is one of the toughest. But I like that they're going to get, the test in the beginning. I think that's good for them. So see how they respond to it. But I think they come out the gate strong, both teams. So
do you think Philly losing their coordinators has a big effect?
Maybe a little bit, slightly. I think there's always that adjustment period when actual game time comes, with a new coach on either side of that. So, but they have the talent, they have leadership on both sides of the ball that I think just carries them through. And their head coach, still lets them, still leads the way. And I cannot see that being a hiccup for them at all. So,
yeah, I think with Hurts having that screenshot on his phone of the confetti falling, I think sadly that really motivates. I mean, like this kid needs, like he doesn't need any more motivation.
Sure.
I mean, he's been just doubted and just keeps, and now he's got a Hulu commercial. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
I have.
Yes,
I have.
All right. All right. So T, is this the final year for Buffalo to be a serious contender?
No. No, I don't think so. I think that even if they lose certain pieces to that team, say Stephon leaves or something, with Josh Allen alone, I mean, Ryan just said it. You have a good coach, you have a good quarterback. I mean, I think you can bring in other weapons. I can't say you can replace Diggs. That's not fair to say. But I think if somehow he moves on or stuff like that, I think that they can bring back pieces to still win the division and be competitive. Yes, I do think that. As far as them, getting to the Super Bowl kind of thing, yeah, it's pretty close. I mean, you just look around the rest of the competition in that conference and even that division, and everyone's getting better. I mean, the Dolphins have gotten better. The Jets clearly have done what they've done. I mean, the Patriots eventually are going to find ways to win again. And then you have the Chargers, you have the Bengals, you have others that are around. That again, there's so many more teams that can, not necessarily outplay you, but they can get in there and maybe have a better record than you, and maybe even have that tiebreaker. So no, I don't think this is their last shot. I think they're a team, or they're an organization. They're going to come back and continue to be competitive and be up there. As far as making the run to the Super Bowl, I would think that yes, with what they have this year, is their last run at it.
All right, Ryan. Is Mike McCarthy the head coach under the most pressure this season?
C. Mainly because I think for them, I mean, I want to say it's Super Bowl or bust, but I think it's at least NFC Championship or bust. I think they're giving him the reins. He's taking over. He's calling the plays now on offense. So it's all on him. I think, a lot of people are under pressure. Dak's obviously under pressure now too with them bringing Lance in. I know a lot of people don't want to think that, but you don't just trade a 4th-round pick for nothing. For when you already have a capable backup. So I definitely think. But, yeah, I think McCarthy, he's got to be on the hot seat going in. I can't think of really another coach that besides my own coach, Todd Bowles, but I just think, what they expect from the Cowboys against the Bucs is quite different. So, I think he's definitely on the hottest seat of any NFL coach going into the year.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
I do too.
And to everything that Ryan said, also. But I mean, as far as Lance being there, that's definitely a shock move in a way. But that's also, I think, that's Jerry Jones' underlying way of saying, hey.
Supposedly he didn't even consult McCarthy about it.
He was it was basically just a power move for him.
It is,
saying, I'm in charge.
Which hey, get it done. Or if not, I'm gonna find someone else who's gonna do it. I get that.
Right.
I get it.
I think also you could put Brandon Staley up there, head coach of the Chargers.
Sure.
I think. But, I mean, again, such a tough
You could put
division.
Ron Rivera, too.
Yeah. But if you
Riverboat Ron,
If you go back to last year in the Chargers blowing that 20-point lead in the playoffs to the Jags or whichever it may be, I think he already starts on the hot seat.
Oh, yeah.
I think he said the right words last year to get him to keep himself where he is. But if they come back and they're a 500 team and they don't do much, then yes, I think for sure he's going. Riverboat Ron, I don't know. I don't necessarily know if he's on the hot seat as much as he's going to just retire. Maybe, you know what I mean? I mean, maybe he's just getting the reins set up for maybe
retire.
Being well, I don't know.
Retire.
I mean, he hasn't done a terrible job being there. The Cowboys have had a really good squad for the last couple of years. The Eagles have come up. The Giants have vastly improved from losing a lot of their talent and stuff like that. So I wouldn't necessarily put him on it. But, again, if they get off to a slow start, yeah, I can see it. I can definitely see it. So
they got the replacement right there.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Yep.
And it might just be one of those things.
Chargers,
it might be one of those things too. Is they're trying to go and rebrand themselves. You know, maybe EB is like the new face for him. He's going to learn from Rivera, much like he learned from Andy. And I mean, I wouldn't call it a hot seat. But I mean, he's done. I mean, for God's sakes, the guy had cancer and was coaching out there and stuff, and then he fought it and he beat it, and then he came back and he hasn't made the team embarrassing in any way. So
the defense is great there. I mean,
well, if they could stay, I think if they could stay healthy with all that talent, they would be a lot better. But yes, I mean, I without being biased or anything like that, I wouldn't put him on the hot seat. I would put McCarthy on the hot seat. Period. Like, that's not because I dislike the Cowboys anyway. I just think that the expectations there are, and I don't think it matters what coach you actually are. I think you could be freshly signed. I still think in Jerry's eyes, you're on a warm seat to start with. So,
I think it's been a quarter century since Cowboys have been in an NFC Championship.
Yeah,
I mean, no complaints,
long time,
but But all right, one more for each of you guys. All right, T, does Lamar Jackson live up to the contract that he finally so desirably wanted?
I'm going to say no.
No.
I'm going to say no. I'm not. I do believe he has all the talent in the world and stuff. I honestly wouldn't put it onto him. I would put it on how the play calling will be for him as they move forward in his career. Again, I've stated several times. The rumor is they're going to be throwing the ball everywhere, and this, and this. That's all fine and dandy. What happens if he doesn't throw the ball? Has he trained himself to get a couple yards and get out of bounds or get down or whatever it may be? Because those injuries, I mean, we saw it today with Travis Kelce 2 days before everything starts. They're going to happen. And so it's like if it's not saying this necessarily happens.
And Ron, for the finale, is Aaron Rodgers a top 10 fantasy quarterback this year?
C. Yes, I think he will. I think it's the comeback of Rodgers. I think he takes that team to the playoffs. I think they're second in their division. I think they're nabbing right on the Bills' heels to be the best team there. Not only with their defense, but I just think he turns that offense around. They're gonna play with a new confidence, and they obviously have the receiver talent there. We all know that they have the veterans, they have the young talented guys. I do worry about the offensive line slightly, but they obviously got Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook in the backfield, so.
They're relying on a 38-year-old left tackle.
Right. True. True. But yeah, I think Rodgers. I'll put it like this: Rodgers is a top 5 MVP candidate. Ooh. That's how back I think he is. That's how good I think he will be there. So
kind of like a few years ago when. He had that down year, and then he bounced back, and that's when he won the back-to-back MVPs. So something like that.
Yes, I feel that. I feel that's a coming. So
that's coming.
That's coming. Get on, boys.
Get on, boys. That's coming.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. Well, great job tonight, guys. Oh, real quick, shout out to Andrew Jones, who's getting his jersey finally retired for the Braves on Saturday.
Oh, Saturday It is. Right on.
Yes. Yes. I mean, one of the most underrated players, least talked about players in MLB history.
For sure.
Ask any Yankees fan. They'll tell you about Andrew Jones. What,
Yeah.
19?
Yeah, but they'll remind us about the World Series, so no need to poke
True,
that.
yeah. I was going to say,
Yeah, my fault.
Yeah. Right. But yes, happy for Andrew.
Yes.
Speaking of that,
so.
Ozuna just hit a solo shot too. So
I saw that. I think
Man, Altuve has 3 home runs, I think.
In the first 3 innings.
Yeah, is that right?
He hit one in the first, and the second, and the third.
I put him in my DK lineup, so I'll have to look. But
well, you're also playing this week in
Ooh.
fantasy.
And Ozuna, man. Ooh.
Ozuna, Texas.
Ozuna, Texas.
Ozuna, Texas.
Marcelo Ozuna. Marcelo Ozuna.
All right. Great job, guys. We're going to take a momentarily pause, but you people won't know that. You'll just think we're going to do another episode, but we are. So,
yes.
Ryan, tell us about, or not me, or Trenton, we know about it, but tell the people about our social media.
Yes, so we are everywhere. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram. We are on TikTok. You can find us everywhere on X, Real Tree Shakers Show. Look for us everywhere. Find us, like us, subscribe, comment, rate, do all of it. Find us on Spotify, YouTube as well. Yeah. We do have our YouTube channel. Real Tree Shaker Show. See all our videos. See us in our splendor and glory. You'll love it. I promise. You'll love waking up to our